You've been doing it wrong, all the hard work, the endless effort. None of it matters if you don't know how to play the game beneath the surface. The truth is, most people never realize they're missing out on the subtle, dark psychology tricks that can propel them to success. These aren't just ordinary tips. They're the secrets that the smartest, most manipulative people use to get ahead without anyone realizing it. And the worst part, if you don't know these tricks, you're already at a disadvantage in this video. We'll expose 7 dark psychology techniques that can change everything. Trick number 1, leverage. Trick number 1, people's need for validation. Everyone craves recognition, even if they don't admit it. The desire to feel valued is ingrained in human nature, and this makes validation a powerful tool. When you give a well-placed compliment, it's more than just kind words. It's a key to influence complimenting someone on their overlooked skills or insights. Sparks a deep emotional response. For instance, pointing out a colleague's innovative solution during a meeting makes them feel appreciated, which strengthens your connection. They're likely to support or favor your ideas because you've acknowledged their worth to get ahead. Focus on genuine compliments that others may miss, instead of generic praise. Highlight something unique. This catches people off guard and feels more sincere when someone feels true. Truly seen, their defense is lower, and they're more open to your influence. This subtle form of validation allows you to build alliances, gain trust, and subtly steer outcomes in your favor, both in your career and personal life. Trick number 2, the power trick. Number 2 of silence in conversations. Most people talk too much in conversations, revealing unnecessary details and losing control. The truth is that silence can be one of your greatest weapons if used correctly. When you pause after someone speaks, it creates tension. That tension often makes the other person uncomfortable, compelling them to fill the silence by talking more. The more they talk, the more they reveal sometimes information they didn't intend to share. Silence, when paired with a calm demeanor, makes you appear more thoughtful and composed. It also gives you control, allowing you to steer the conversation without saying much. Imagine negotiating a deal or having an argument instead of rushing to respond. Simply wait. The pause forces the other person to reconsider their stance, often softening their position. This can be applied in both personal and professional settings by letting others speak. First, you gather more information and gain the upper hand. Silence gives you power, making it an essential tool for anyone wanting to get ahead. Trick. Number 3, the art of subtle persuasion. Most people don't even realize they're being persuaded. When it's done right, that's the beauty of subtle persuasion. Instead of making direct demands or requests, you frame your desires as suggestions, making others believe the decision is theirs. When people feel in control, they're more likely to agree. For example, instead of saying, "I need you to help with this project," try, "This project could really benefit from your expertise." The subtle difference shifts the dynamic, leaving them feeling empowered rather than worst. This approach taps into a natural psychological need: autonomy. Humans resist being told what to do, but they embrace ideas when they feel ownership over the decision. The brilliance of subtle persuasion lies in its ability to guide people without triggering resistance. Mastering this technique can give you an edge in negotiations, workplace discussions, or even personal relationships by subtly suggesting rather than demanding. You open doors to opportunities, while others simply push and face resistance. Trick number 4, create dependency through trick number 4, favor exchanges. The more favors you do for others, the more control you subtly gain over them. It sounds simple, but the psychological power behind this is enormous. People naturally feel indebted when they receive help, even in small ways, by offering assistance in moments of need. Whether it's advice, support, or resources, you create an invisible bond. Over time. They will begin to rely on you, gradually becoming dependent. The key is consistency. Help just enough to keep them returning to you, but never too much. This puts you in a position of power because they feel obligated to return the favor. Here's where the real magic happens. When people rely on you for their problems, they start to trust you more. They open up, giving you insight into their vulnerabilities. You can then use the knowledge to steer conversations, influence decisions, or secure opportunities that benefit you. The more they depend on you, the more control you gain without them even realizing it. Trick number 5. Trick number 5. Control conversations with questions. Some of the most powerful conversations happen when you're the one asking the question. A lot puts you in control. But it doesn't. The real power lies in getting the other person to talk more. Asking targeted questions allows you to subtly guide the conversation without anyone noticing your influence. Imagine being in a meeting, and instead of pushing your ideas, you ask sharp leading questions. People start to agree with your direction without even realizing it. Questions like, "What's your take on this solution?" Or "How do you think this benefits the team?" make others feel valued, which automatically builds rapport. The key is to direct the flow without being obvious in person. Personal interactions, you can also use questions to uncover motives, insecurities, and desires. Once you know what drives someone, you can influence them effortlessly. Mastering this skill can give you an edge, making you appear thoughtful and in control while subtly steering outcomes in your favor. Trick number 6. Number 6. Plant ideas through suggestion in just minutes. You can plant ideas in someone's mind without them even realizing it. The key is subtlety. Mention an idea casually during conversation, and watch as it grows in their subconscious. Days or even weeks later, they may believe it was their thought all along. It's like Inception, but simpler. By sprinkling suggestions rather than making direct commands, you bypass resistance and trigger a sense of ownership. For example, if you want a coworker to support your project, casually mention how great it would be if someone proposed that idea later. They might suggest it as their own. The trick works because people tend to resist overt persuasion, but they embrace ideas. They feel they've come to themselves to get ahead in life. Use this technique to influence decisions at work, in social settings, or even in relationships. Mastering this skill can help you subtly steer conversations and outcomes in your favor without coming off as pushy or manipulative. Trick number 7. Number 7. The power of saying less. The more you speak, the more you reveal. And often not in a good way. In many situations, saying less gives you more power. Silence, when used strategically, creates an aura of mystery that instantly boosts your perceived value. People are naturally drawn to what they can't fully understand. Think of how much more intriguing a person becomes when they keep things to themselves. The less you say, the more others fill in the gaps, often giving you more credit than you deserve. This subtle form of control leaves people curious and wanting more from you. For example, if you're in a negotiation, revealing too much can expose your weaknesses, but maintaining a deliberate silence forces the other party to talk more often. Revealing their cards, mastering the art of saying less, can position you as a person of authority and influence, opening doors and creating opportunities that would otherwise remain closed. However, be mindful. This technique demands precision. Now that conclusion, you've unlocked these 7 dark psychology tricks. It's time to put them into action. Remember, these aren't just ideas to think about. These are powerful tools that can help you take control and get ahead in life. So which of these tricks are you planning to try first? Or maybe you've already used some of them without realizing it. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments. I'd love to hear how they've worked for you. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on future insights. Don't forget to check out other videos on the channel for even more ways to level up your life. See you in the next one.